Hey everyone, it's Marianne from the New York City Organization of Public Service Retirees. I have a short video I'd like to do in debunking a Michael Mulgrew message. So, one of the messages that we were given was that Michael Mulgrew from the United Federation of Teachers had written a memo to his members stating that he was not going to support doing an amicus in the case of the retirees because we were spreading misinformation. And specifically, that he could not support our lawsuit because there were many untrue allegations about the proposed Aetna plan. For example, it claimed that retirees would be denied access to doctors. Prior authorization would prevent retirees from receiving needed treatment, and that retirees would be subject to high out of pocket costs. These allegations are patently false, and the UFT would never have agreed to a plan that had this effect on our members. We cannot sign on to a lawsuit that spreads harmful misinformation. Okay, now let's break this down. In the entire Aetna contract, which I am going to show you right now, which we put up on the internet not too long ago and told all of you if you wanted a copy of it, please feel free to reach out to us and we would email it to you. And of course, many of you have taken us up on that because you are, of course, believing the misinformation that is out there, and man, is it quite plentiful. So here is the Aetna contract. It is over 10,474 pages as registered with the comptroller. And I want you to see, let me see if you can see my screen here in this little box here. You will see that I put the word prior authorization, and we are here on page 1. Now, I want you to see how many times the word prior authorization actually appears in this document. Ready? Here we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. I'm just going to keep on clicking and you're going to watch it. I just want you to know that these two words, prior authorization, appear over 130 times in this document. So, prior authorization rules apply. Prior authorization rules apply. This is a constant, okay? If there was no risk of prior authorization denying anyone care or delaying them care, then this would not be in this document. And they even mark all the medications in the formulary at the time this document was written that also require prior authorization. Now, even more so, here's another document that's equally as important because I think I just proved our fact that Mr. Mulgrew doesn't really know what he's talking about. Prior authorization came out of his mouth at one point where he said that it was meant to deter your usage of medical care or overusage of medical care. So he was okay with using that as a savings, but it should never be used that way. That is a detriment. It is a way to prevent you from access to medical care by delaying and denying you access. Doctors' offices, hospitals are absolutely frustrated with this process, and there wouldn't need to be 5 different levels of appeals to try to prevent you from access to care if it didn't have a purpose, which was to make Aetna profits. Now, I want to reinforce to you what Michael Mulgrew is saying is untrue. Here's another document. Now, this case, so you know what this is, I'll scroll back up to the first page, is the decision of the court from July 7th of 2023 in the Bentkowski case. We need to go to page 5. And if Mr. Mulgrew was there in person like the rest of us were, he would have heard this with his own ears. The court writes, moreover, at oral argument, the attorney for Aetna acknowledged that there would very likely be situations where medical care deemed to be needed by a doctor for a retiree could be turned down, and certain medical facilities would be unavailable to retirees. To this court, this demonstrates that should this plan go forward, irreparable harm would result. There can be no more specific irreparable harm than this. The balance of the equities to this court clearly weigh in the favor of petitioners due to their possible loss of parts of their healthcare coverage. So I think we basically, in a very short video, proved that Mr. Mulgrew is trying to cast shade on the facts. The facts of the matter are that Medicare Advantage is a managed care plan. Whether he created it, whether he customized it, it is still managed care. And this is the contract. In the court decision, the Aetna lawyer did, in fact, admit that. And as we all know, today, the Senate Judiciary Committee put up a report that Medicare Advantage has been causing delays and denials of care and coding where multiple corporations like Humana, United Healthcare, Aetna, CVS, and many others. Today, Aetna's stock dropped by over 12%. They fired their CEO for the second time now in 3 months. This company is in crisis. They've been talking about splitting. Managed care. It's like telling an in-service worker, I'm going to put you into HIP. You don't want to be in HIP because you don't want to be in a network of doctors. You want to be able to see the doctor that you want to see. And you don't necessarily want to have to go through prior authorization every time you need to do that and get the treatment that you need. He also said that there would not be high costs. Let's break that down. Most of the retirees in DC 37 make under $35,000, like myself. Most of them make under $35,000 a year. 2/3 of them, in fact, do. 1/3 of them make under $12,000. Asking these people to pay $15 copays that he instituted on these plans, basically so that he could fund a contract, including DC 37, is criminal. And they put them on this plan on your traditional Medicare to prevent you from wanting to stay in it, to make it as painful as possible if you chose to stay. And then putting copays on the Medicare Advantage plan to try and make it equitable. That way the company makes profits and you, the retiree, pay. Michael Mulgrew's been doing this for years. The GHI plan is the very same way. Many people think it's Emblem Health that instituted the copays and the narrow networks and having to use specific vendors for urgent cares or radiology, but it's not. Every time one of the two big unions needs to solve a contract, whether it's DC 37 or the United Federation of Teachers, copays, deductibles, this comes into play. The more givebacks he can give Bob Lynn and Renee Campion and Claire Levitt and OMB, Ken Godner, he can cost out a 1% and get more raises. So I think we've just proven that Mr. Mulgrew does not know what he's talking about, and he's trying to deflect on the truth. It's in black and white, it's in writing, and it's on the internet. It is available on the court site because that is exactly where the court record is from. And we got that contract from FOIL. Ladies and gentlemen, if your union is lying to you, it's time for you to replace your union leadership. You are the union and the power lies with you. We are union as the day is long. When your union leadership lies to you and gaslights you and tries to take away your future benefits and tells you they aren't, when a court has now given us 10 separate wins, including 2 unanimous appeals court decisions, and telling the world that if this plan was put into effect, yes, the very same one that Michael Mulgrew created and wants to take credit for as his puppy, that this will cause a detriment to the people who relied on their health insurance, that we were promised our health care, that it would be cost-free, and it would be traditional Medicare that we helped pass in the 60s. Michael Mulgrew, stop lying to the people, because we will call you out every day. The rest of you, start paying attention. This is your right now, and for the in-service, this is your future. Protect your Medicare. And if anyone tells you that they are protecting your Medicare and you don't see them moving, they're really not doing you any service at all. Have a great night, everybody. The New York City Retirees is here to fact check for you because clearly lying to the public and to their membership seems to be a thing now these days. Have a great day.